All right, so once again, I answer questions sometimes based on emails sent to me, but I don't reveal who you are. So here we go. I am about to finish the CSS portion of the Killer Sites course. I'm so glad I am. Though, for the past few months, I have lost motivation for programming, although it's a skill that I want to pursue more than anything else. Being in high school, young guy, one of the skills you have to develop as an individual is the ability to focus and be persistent. This is a skill. It's like lifting weights, a muscle. And how do you do that? You try to persist every day. So let's say you don't feel like writing a little code that day. Just sit down, even if it's painful, get to your computer, drag yourself there, sit down and say, I'm going to write code for 10 minutes. That's it, just 10 minutes, and then I'll leave. And this way, you're going to start training your brain that you're the master. You got to train your lizard brain, your monkey brain. You got to train your brain, say, I'm the master. Today, even though you don't want me to code, you're making me feel lazy, and you want me to go play Destiny or something, I'm going to write a little bit of code today. That is such an important thing. So you go to the desk, you sit down, you grab your laptop, and you go, I'm going to write code, and write just 10 minutes of code. And after that 10 minutes, it's still painful. You've done your 10 minutes, fine. You've done something today. At least you move forward a little bit. That's my tip. What you find often enough, once you start writing the code, you might end up being there for an hour. But when you're feeling really lazy, just say, I'm just going to do 5 minutes. I'm just going to do 10 minutes. I'm just going to write one function. I'm just going to write one class. I'm just going to build an HTML table. I'm just going to do 4 lessons on Studio Web. I'm just going to do 1 lesson on Studio Web and answer the quiz questions. That's one of the reasons we developed Studio Web the way it is, by the way, where it remembers exactly where you were in the course so that when you log back in, it not only takes you to the exact lesson, it will even take you right to the question you were at. And it tracks everything so you can easily see what you answered and review everything and just get to it. And because the videos are not 10,000 hours long per video where you have to scroll through the video to figure out where you are, they're short videos, so you know each video is like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. No big deal to watch them. They're average 6 minutes, actually. So let's say you're feeling lazy one day. So I'm just going to do 1 video. So you get to your Studio Web, and you watch the 1 video, and you watch me blah, 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 talk. And then you just do the quizzing. And if you still feel lazy that day, it happens to everybody, including me, then you just walk away. But at least you've moved forward. You pushed it forward a little bit. All right. Being in high school, I get caught up with schoolwork, but mostly playing video games. Yeah, we've all been there. And things that will distract me and take me away from being able to learn and practice. First of all, you're in high school, you're young. Come on. You got a lot of time ahead of you, trust me. I would give away all my money if I could go back to being like in high school, 17, 18. Oof, that'd be great. Anyway, so again, just take that 10 minutes, go and do what you got to do. And you'll see, you'll start advancing. Because when you contradict or you go against your laziness, which is just your lizard brain, your monkey brain making you lazy, when you control that impulse to be lazy, when you say no, what's happening is you're slowly training your monkey brain, your lizard brain, to not be lazy. And trust me, that's the most important thing. You have somebody who's persistent, can work consistently with moderate skill, they will always beat somebody who's super talented who's lazy. Guaranteed. He continues, when I code, though, I feel burning passion and desire for practice and knowledge. But when I delve, there's little fire in me to start up due to the high amount of effort it takes to get back into it. Yeah, that's why you mentally set yourself up perfect to say, I'm just going to write 1 line of code. I'm just going to write 1 function. I'm just going to do 1 extra lesson today in Studio Web CSS or Studio Web JavaScript or whatever, PHP or Python, whatever you happen to be taking. Just set yourself minimal goals. It's kind of like you're in high school. Anybody in college will recognize this. It's like when you have this huge paper you got to submit. You got to submit a 20-page, well, it's not huge, a 50-page report in 3 months. And you're like, oh, 50 pages. You don't want to do it. Why? Because your brain's going, that's a lot of work, 50 pages. So your brain's like, your monkey brain, your lizard brain is fighting you against that. It doesn't want you to do it. So what you got to do in those situations, you got to give your brain, your lizard brain, your monkey brain, a little task. You say, no, we're not doing 50 pages today. We're just going to write the first paragraph. That's it. That's all. So all of a sudden, the resistance will drop. The monkey brain and the lizard brain is a very powerful influencer on your life, but it's not too bright, even though it's powerful. So you can fool it by saying, we're not doing 50 pages today. We're just doing one paragraph, maybe two. That's it. And the lizard brain will go, okay, it's not such a lot of work. Okay, let's just do that. So again, give yourself these little incremental tasks to do, and you'll be able to get to the desk to sit down to write code or to write a report or do whatever. How would you recommend me to continue to follow the path of programming and not fall back in the demotivated and lazy path, even though I love computing? I think I answered your questions. Do this, and if you watch my previous vlog, I talked about working on your medium or long-term goals, the stuff that you really want to get to. So let's say you're learning to code because you want to put up a website or some web app you want to put up. Start planning that web app. Start sketching it out, start thinking about the functions and the features, etc., etc. That's an example I talked about in a previous vlog. There you go. I hope this is helpful. This might be a thing that I do.